Hi Divine Rebels, Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart here. So we are going to do What's the Tea on Me, that series. So I did the Spilling the Tea video before it was on the pick of cards. You already know. Shout out to those who shout out to others when they use their ideas and things take off. And for those who don't, y'all need to quit. That's some tea to talk about, right? Is people biting each other's ideas and then ignoring the readers they bite off of, especially when the things aren't from their culture. Okay, how much tea we got? There's a lot of tea. I think I'll have another video and we'll talk about some things. Okay, we'll talk about some things. I have a lot of readings on the back burner ready to come out. It's literally just been like a matter of being able to get my electronics to cooperate. Shout out to all the psychics who have a hard time getting their electronics to cooperate. Okay, let's talk about it. So let me know in the comments if that's the same for you. And speaking of electronics being weird, my my smoke detector needs a battery, and I'm so sorry if it's chirping and y'all can actually hear that. If someone else was able to hear it in another video, I apologize. I just don't have batteries, and even my daughter's toy ran out of her battery, and I was like, I'm sorry. I tried to finagle it, and we're just on a shortage. So I have these little rechargeable ones because I want to be eco-friendly, but they just don't last long enough for the thing to stop chirping. So I'm trying. All right, so here we go. We're gonna have, so today's the 4/11. Hopefully it uploads in the right time because my connection's been slow. Okay, they're supposed to come out here and update the internet. They gave me the wrong bandwidth. So it was during Mercury retrograde when they installed it. You already know. So right now it's a little bit slow, but it's supposed to upload on 4/11 because what's the 411? Y'all know 411, right? You call to get the information, and that's just a phrase when you ask someone what's the 411, you're asking them like, what's going on? Tell me the deal, what's going on? So I thought it was fun to do a what's the tea on 411, a little what's the 411, spilling the tea. So that's when I'm doing this now. Hopefully it uploads when it's still 411. If not, we still got that vibration around and just a little fun. All right, so for option 1, we have those who choose the teacup. These are my little divination teacups here, which you don't have to have the symbols. You guys can do, was it tasseomancy without having the ones that have the symbols. It just makes it a little easier, a little fun. People like to ooh and ah at the cup, but you can do readings without those symbols. So I encourage you, if you're at all interested, to practice it. It's really awesome. I'm actually out of tea. Look, I done sipped it all of it. All the drops, and now look at me here with this voice needing some tea. Okay, so number 1, we have the teacup. Number 2, here, let me show you. So this is the option 1. Option 2, we have this Wildflower Honey. That's my favorite. Option 3, we have this organic seedless blackberry fruit spread, which is, that would be good on the toast to go with the tea. And then we have the plate here for the tea to sit on. I was gonna bake some brownies and have like brownies here as the option, like sweets. Here's some imaginary brownies. Mama couldn't get to that. Okay, baby just went to sleep, and this is her nap. Okay, she is a super night owl. So we just have the plate to hold the tea. All right, to catch all those scalding droplets. So those are the options 1, 2, 3, 4. And go ahead and choose which one. So we're going to check in with what others are saying about you and the 411 around as well. What's the vibe around looking like? Okay, maybe we'll spill the tea on someone else. So here we go. We're going to start with option number 1. Let me move these to the side. Shout out to all the service people who do waitressing and busing and all of that, because I don't know if I could do y'all's job. I can do like the baking and all that, and I like to like display things and have people come over for tea and like do a spread, like kind of Moroccan style, but the other stuff. Okay, here we go. Number 1, those of you who chose the teacup, we have the letter from the Lenormand 27. We have the Three of Wands reversed. We have the Three of Cups reversed. Oh, snap. We have the High Priestess. We have Sedna here from the Goddess deck. We have Six of Coins or Six of Pentacles. All the decks will be linked below. And we have Saturn. All right. So, do you have people spilling tea on you? Yeah, you do, boo. You do have some tea being spilled. Now, I see you having allies who just want, you might have people who are kind of mediators and they just want everybody to get along. You know, they're genuine in that, but they might not really pick your side on situations. And so that might be frustrating. They just kind of want to be that constant factor and, you know, make sure that everything is how it should be kind of thing is their goal versus like trying to be anybody's bestie or something. But I definitely see some falling out with social groups here. We have the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands reversed. So this tells me that some of you, as intuitive as you are, you not only have you had falling outs with people, it could be going on right now or in the past, but you also have not fully opened up to having new people come in who are aligned with you. And so you guys might be isolating a little bit or just being very, very selective, which I don't blame you for that, for who you let in. So others, what they're saying and what they feel, and I do see some messages, all right, there's some messages in the inbox there. That's how others feel. For some of you, this is a work situation. People might feel like maybe that you don't give and take in relationships, that you don't really fit in, that you're not down with the crew, you know, that you, some of you, so there's going to be different sides of this. Some of you are the ones who others feel like you didn't have their back and you like kind of betrayed them, and that you're more like maybe you play social dynamics or triangulate, you know, between people. Like you might be someone that it's hard for you to get into a group without you wanting to like automatically like have an opponent and a bestie in the situation and like have themes of jealousy and power plays or something. So this is how others are feeling. They feel like you get into those kind of situations a lot, or that they couldn't really, like they don't trust you to come into their inner circle. And there's definitely, I don't know, there's kind of like, you know, like on Mean Girls, how they're like constantly, nobody's really trusting each other, and then they're clicking up and talking about the other one, and then they just like shift power around and around, and no one wants to be the outcast. Now with Sedna, we have betrayal. So this one says, to save his own life, Sedna's father threw her into the ocean. As she clung to the boat, he chopped off her fingers, which turned into whales, seals, and all the mammals of the sea. So she like, and she already had to marry someone that she didn't want to be and was deceived and ill-treated. So I feel like, yeah, there's definitely a feeling of deception or not trusting people here. I think you're good to play your cards close to the hand, but it's kind of like, if you've been dealing with this negative social situation, some of you it's even like your cousins, because we have the energy of Cancer here. It's a Cancer moon right now. It could be, you know, a little closer to home, or maybe you've like gone to school with these people and things are changing now that you guys are getting into college. I do see some people who are going into studies, or maybe you guys started off at like a job and you guys were cool, but now as you are progressing through your career, people just, they change, right? And I do see some people, it's through ambition. For you, some people feel like the tea on you is that you've changed. As soon as there's something to gain, that you switch up and you're not the same person. Some people might also feel like you're acting a bit holier than thou, because we have the High Priestess here, like, oh, what's she doing with her secrets, and she don't want to say anything, and, you know, what are you doing over there with your little secret notes, and, you know, just keep it to yourself, or, you know, you think you're more mature than us kind of thing. So that could be something that's going on. And then we have, this mentions the father, and then this is Saturn is the planet of the father. It's like, you know, the stern father figure is kind of how we refer to Saturn. And so there could be, for those of you who are having falling outs with your father, or maybe your children's father or something of that nature, that's something that's being talked about, if it's, you know, an ongoing thing that is occurring. There is with the High Priestess, people do know that you're like, you might kind of weird people out because they're like, man, but she knows stuff or they know stuff, he knows stuff. You know, they're like, they feel that you feel, you know, they know that you're legit in that way. And so it's like people want to be around you, but at the same time they don't trust you for their personal life, and people might just feel like you're too serious. Like, man, I think this person's just serious and judgmental, and they look down on the way we party, or they look down on the way we get down, and I just don't feel like that's our kind of people. And for some of you, you'll be on the other side of that, where you're feeling like you're the party animal, and everyone else is judging you and saying that you need to be more, get your stuff together, get your stuff together, and be more mature. And people might feel like, okay, well we're tired of bailing you out, we're tired of helping you out. Why is that always got to be a thing? And then there's some people I'm seeing, there could be like something with, yeah, like health. It could be financial aid, needing money, needing a loan. Some of you are, it could be like applying for colleges or writing resumes, something of that nature. So I don't know, I feel like there's some people around that aren't very respectful, and they're right, they're not your crew. And that's not a hard lesson I had to learn. I have Aquarius in my chart. Like, I love my friends, but I had to learn that, like, not everybody's your friend. Some people just like your energy, or some people are just those, the lower vibration of like the cliquey social signs, zodiac signs, and they will, like, they'll always hate each other. Like, they hate everyone that they hang out with, but that's just what they do. And so people, you have to trust people. If people are pushing you out of a group, they know that you're not their people. So I've had to learn the hard way, like, just listen to them. Like, it's the same in romantic relationships. Like, if they're pushing you away, it's because they know you're not their people. And so I feel like that's really going on for those of you who are choosing number 1. Okay. Some people also are feeling like maybe you're too generous with your energy. On the lighter note, that you're too open with others and you sacrifice too much, you're too trusting, and it's catching you up with people who aren't really deserving to be around you. I do see also some of you that maybe you were going to take a trip, or you were like pumping up like, I'm going to college or something, and now you're not going to college, now you're not going on that trip, and people have something to say about it. It could be, I'm getting the word backbiting, it could be, people who are supposed to have your back, because Saturn, like, those are the people that are supposed to be there for us, like family members or are really strong mentors. And again, I keep getting like cousins, or people who are like your cousins, maybe they're family friends, but they're your cousins. They have something to say about it. So don't let the haters get you down, because you still have, allies here. Saturn here says that there's strong karma in the situation. It may not be with these particular people. I feel like overall it's a karmic pattern that's in your chart. And so maybe look at your friendship house in your 11th house and your astrology, which is Aquarius rules the 11th house and is traditionally ruled by Saturn. So you're getting more that side, versus the Uranus side is the fun side of, Aquarius and friendship. That's like, oh, we're radical, we're our own scene, we're doing our own thing. The Saturn side of Aquarius is just like, man, I feel like a loner, it's so hard to have friendships, what's going on? So yeah, check that out and see what your 11th house is doing. Look at your Saturn, since that's coming up here, and there could be some themes or energy that you need to release that's coming through from other lifetimes. But definitely don't over-sacrifice yourself. People know when you do, and even though they're the ones who take advantage of you, then they go and talk shit about it, right? So you don't have to feel like, well, in order to be a good person and like be this good pure person, I'm seeing some Virgos here, there's some Capricorn, Taurus, I think the earth sign, a lot of you are earth signs, and you're dealing with like Cancers, could be other water signs, and like Aries or other fire signs who are being shitty towards you. But it could be reversed, because it is a general reading. But I feel like that energy where you don't want people to think bad of you, so you give too much of yourself, you don't hold your own boundaries. And the thing is, like, you're not really winning, because people don't like think good of that. They still talk crap either way, right? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So have that self-respect and, claim it. In the end, Sedna becomes like a goddess, and she provides for the people who are thankful to her and take care of her, and she finds a way to make herself larger than the situation, and, to create and give back how she wants to the world. So you don't want your opportunities and things being closed down from others, or just to be around shitty people who, like we should be able to be around those that we can fail around. All right, that's so important. We have to be able to, because Saturn expects us to fail. Like they know, Saturn knows that the stuff that it wants us to do is very difficult, and they expect us to fall down 75 times before we finally get it right. And if people don't understand that about being human, even though in some ways we're trying to perfect ourselves, like we are allowed to try to perfect ourselves and still make mistakes. And if the people around you don't understand that, then they're probably not worth having around. And the same for you to other people. If you're wanting to balance and you're like, man, I have been being a hard ass, I've been being critical, I've been shit talking, and now they're talking about me because I was talking shit about others who, you know, that their opportunities fell through, and you know that you've been wrong. You know, just think about that. Your loved ones need to be able to have growing room around you and be able to fail. And a lot of times the difference between someone failing up and failing down can be if the people around them are loving and support them. Okay, so just think about that, because you hold a lot of powerful energy around others, or for others, you know. So, all right, so that's all for number one. That's the tea. Let me know how it resonates, and I'm going to go on to number two, those who chose the honey. All right, that wildflower honey. I used to think I didn't like honey when I was little, and then I realized it's just the clover honey that I don't care for as much. But like orange blossom, I think the first honey I realized that I liked it was the orange blossom. So make sure we take care of our bees out there, okay? Take care of bees. All right, you got number two, honey. You got the crossroads. Of course, that's always going to come up. And you got hell. Look, look, people are talking. Okay, let me just, six of spears, which is the wands in that deck. That's the Game of Thrones deck. The 10 of wands reversed. The 4 of swords reversed. I'll link the decks below. The 9 of cups. And the medicine man eye. Okay. People literally are talking about you're on the highway to hell. Like, I'm hearing that song. Look at, they're like, this person is just cruising. They're on the highway to hell. And so whether that is true or not, you have people that are up in your business. A lot of you are spiritual workers, and you have people who they're colonized spiritually or whatever, you know, and they're just like look at this. There's two people who are choosing, like, reading cards, and then this person's acting like they're reading a card, but if you look, it almost looks like they're pointing their finger like in their face, and they're coming at a parting of ways. So and then next to it is the 10 of wands. Like, it's almost like drop it, like drop the dead weight, because you need to bounce back. I feel like you've been held back for a long time by people who, you know, they might have acted like they were on the same journey with you, but they look down on you. They look down on your path. They look down on, you know, like what you connect with. Maybe it's part of your heritage, or, you know, whatever it is, but it's a lot of spiritual connotation here. Your choices, maybe you live an open life, you're not closed-minded politically or certain things like that, and they're just like demonizing you. And we have this 4 of swords reversed. So I think a lot of you, you're ready. Like, you're probably with the 9 of cups here, you're starting to bounce back and be like, you know what, I'm claiming myself. I don't care. I'm gonna do me, and you have to accept me as who I am, and I'm going to be victorious in this, right? I'm fully, that's it, I'm claiming it, right? We have Daenerys over here, and she's doing her, once she accepts her power, as far as like not living under her brother and stuff like that. So here we have and then we have the cat that ate the canary. So you might be like, yes, like this is me, boo. Like 9 of cups, 6 of wands. Like, I found my path now. I'm making my choices, and I'm bouncing back. And people are just not being supported. Now some people are, because you got the 6 of wands, so you do have fans, okay? You do have fans, and you are like, in some way, you're kind of like other people's dream. Like, they're just like, that's like my dream boat right there. Like, man, I wish I could get like them. But you do have people. So you have people who will journey with you, and you have people who are dead set against you. And I think right now it's finding the ones who are frenemies or follower amies and kind of phasing them out. And I feel like there is going to be a departing. We have 22, right? Master numbers. There is going to be a parting of ways. So if you suddenly have, you know, separations from friends, or falling out, or like a lot of followers leave, just keep doing you. Like, eye on the prize. So I want to read this about Hel. So Hel is the Norse queen of the underworld, a mother goddess in her underworld guise. She rules over a fiery womb of regeneration and is especially responsible for those who die of disease or old age. Her underworld, unlike the Christian hell, which received its name from her, so you see what they did, they wanted to demonize that. She takes in the disease and the old age, and she was very respected, but another religion didn't like that, so they made her out something that she was not, and named their torturous afterlife matrix after her to try to villainize, right? So literally trying to sully that person's name. So that could be going on with you. You could have people like, oh, don't go hang out with them, like, no, like, they're not good news or whatever, and you're just like, man, like, why isn't anybody coming to my party, or why isn't, like, what's going on? And so this is why people are trying to spread some bad word of mouth so that they can keep their toxic setup the way it is. So her hell is simply an otherworld, a place of renewal rather than a place of punishment and misery. When northern shamans visit her realm, they put on a hell cap, a magic mask, sometimes a helmet that renders them invisible. So that's letting you know right there, you gotta move, like, be seen and do what you do, but at the same time, when it comes to your moves, like your next decision, your next choice, you gotta move, you gotta be incognito right now about that, because there's people who are putting bad medicine on your words when you're out there and you're saying, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then you hit those burdens and you're like, whoa, what happened? Like, now I'm feeling foolish. It's because others are trying to speak ill. So you're protected, but with the medicine man, I feel like that's where it's talking about the shamans, the medicine, it takes you more. You end up having spiritual energy coming at you, that shade, that side eye, that you then have to expend energy kind of getting out of, because you might feel that funk, you might feel that energy coming off of other people, and things start going a little haywire in your life. So basically it's just a waste of energy at this point. It's just not necessary, and that's why the Ten of Wands is reversed. So it is possible that the masked harlequin, a standard character in Commedia dell'arte, is originally one of the kindred of the goddess Hel. Hell is an embodiment of the divine mystery, a challenge to look behind the mask of appearances to see things as they really are. Boom. All right, so you are, one of the readings, what reading was that? I had done a reading, one of the recent uploads since I've come back had a whole thing about the masks in it. So if you remember that and you had chosen that one, this is kind of continuing on there. She also has a dandelion, a wishing thing. But it might be time for you to own your mask. Your ascendant in astrology might be very prominent right now. So take the power of that. If you have a very dynamic, forward moving, which can be kind of aggressively interpreted as ascendant, especially, or midheaven, others have been using that energy against you. So it's time for you to embody that, and you decide how to use your Aries rising or your Mars in the first house. So that could be definitely, whenever we see a mask in readings, it can be talking about your ascendant. But yes, I love this here because we have the wishing flower, the dandelion blowing, we have the Nine of Cups, and we have the medicine man eye. So you're good. All right, protected and respected. We keep saying it, respected and protected. So you're going to be okay. And I think that's why this is like that last ditch of people being jealous, people being hateful, and they're starting to realize that they're revealing themselves now. They have some cronies who are also supporting them and, in on the shade, but they're realizing, and people in your group, people that follow you, people that are your friends, are also starting to realize, like, wait, why are you talking about them like that? Like, why do you always assume the negative about them? Or, so they're revealing themselves. So let them go. Again, look at those master numbers right there, 2222, 44, and we got the Four of Swords reversed. It's time for you to get back at it, not hide yourself anymore. Because again, people are going to talk anyway. So when you do hide, they're like, oh, what? They're scared of the world. They're just going to stay down. They're not going to bounce back. Oh, they're always having hard times. They just have shit to say. So you might as well be out there doing it and glorious. And then they're like, oh, well, I think she's arrogant, but yeah, her hair looks cute. Like what they're going to say? Oh, she's on the highway to hell, but she's looking cute. Okay, I'll take that. I'm looking cute. So, yeah, so I hope everyone's taking these readings, with cheek, and taking it to just, sometimes we just need to know where energy's coming from towards us, But that doesn't mean that they're right or that we need to embody it. It's so we can be like, ah, okay, I thought, okay, that confirms. I thought that's what was being, issued my way from that person. Now let me handle that, drop that energy, and refocus. So hopefully that resonates with you. So go ahead and, do your cleansing, your spiritual cleanses, get that bad juju off, and you're looking good. Don't let go of those hopes and dreams, because you're really like near blowing up. So make that choice without the haters or those who the naysayers in mind. Like, forget them. Make your choice at your crossroads right now, because you are like full steam ahead. Some of you might literally be getting new cars, go like road tripping, traveling, moving. Like, you have really good stuff coming in, and you don't want to not be ushered into this other realm of excitement in your life because you're worried about, people who are trying to be backseat drivers to you. All right. So that's number 2. Comment down below how that resonated for you, and I will talk to you soon. We're going to move on to 3 with this blackberry fruit spread stuff. That is so good, y'all. It's really good. Okay, let's see. Organic blackberry spread for the toasts of the town, number 3. What's the tea on you? What's the 411? What's going on? Look. Okay, so this is gossipy. We're looking for anything that people are saying, like, what's the tea? What's being said. But this is like whereas other like 1 and 2, maybe 4, I don't know, it could be like, this is what people say when they do talk about you, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're always talking. For this card, comes up for me when they're like, no, they're talking. Like that and the birds, people are gossiping. Like, it is just, their ridiculous pastime. We have Celine. We have the 6 of Swords reversed. We have the 8 of Swords reversed. We have the Hermit. We have the 3 of Wands reversed. So some people might have picked more than one, because I'm seeing Virgo energy again, and I'm seeing the 3 of Wands reversed again, and we have Thunderbird tracks. All right, so what people are saying about you, this feels a lot about relationships. So if your relationship has been, a thing, whether you're making up, breaking up, or you had a big devastating breakup, even if it was a few years ago, like some of you, it's been a minute, but you're still very single, or maybe that person's single and lingering on and always talking to everybody and carrying it on. This is basically like people are talking about your relationship, because if we look at Selene here, so Selene is a queen of the starlit heavens, ancient Greek goddess of the moon. So she fell in love with a mortal, Endymion, and when she descended to the earth to join Endymion, he fell into a deep sleep from which he never awoke. But Selene continued to visit him nightly. So some of you, that's kind of the thing. It's like, man, that's what people are saying about you. Like, you are stuck on this person, or like you can't get over the past relationship, and so it's affecting your current relationship. But with the 6 of Swords reversed and the 8 of Swords and 3 of Wands, you might be very closed down on opening up to other relationships, or people might feel like that you sacrifice yourself a lot if you are currently married or in a partnership. Like, man, what happened? Like, where'd you go? Like, you're not just your own whole self anymore, and you're more reserved and held back from people. And we have Thunderbird tracks, so it's like people are like, man, like, remember when they were so powerful back in the day? People might also feel like you're not, like, the way you're going or handling your relationships, that you like, do they just want to be single? I don't know, like, that's the whole thing. People are just like really interested with your relationships, and they feel like they just have a lot of judgment about that, and like the details of your relationship, and like, are you going to be a spinster, are you not, were you right to break up with the person, were you not, like all this kind of stuff. So you might be like, I don't even date like that. Like, I see some of you with the Hermit are like, I don't even date like that. But people are like trying to figure out like who you're pining away for, and like why aren't you so like approachable? Like, why don't you ever go out and about in the way that others do? Or like, I don't know, people are just like, what are you planning? Like, are you just like really ambitious? What's going on? So I see there's air signs here: Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, mostly Gemini, Aquarius vibe. There's Aries again, could be Sagittarius as well. I don't really sense Leo. We have Hermit, which is Virgo here. So, and then we do have the moon with Celine, so it could be Cancer moon currently. So I feel like, I don't know, people are just interested with your day-to-day life, your details, and how you run things, how you run your relationships, um, and like why you do what you do in your relationships. And they expect you, like, people feel like they expect you to be with somebody who's like more profound, or in a way it's like a compliment, maybe, I don't know, depending on your partner, but they may feel like, well, that's who they're with. Oh, like, I didn't expect that, like, I thought it would be someone else. um People do see you as someone who's very wise, like you have um your stuff together in a way, or at least you have a lot of wisdom to you, like, and they feel like you're someone who can be very practical, that they can go to, like, oh, they'll know how to figure this out, kind of thing. Like, you know how to get people to go where they need to go. Oh, that's a thing. So some of you are very good at giving other people advice and telling them what they need to do to, like, get their life working and get it out of the gutter. But for you, it's like you can be in a very fearful place, and you never take your own advice, and you don't move forward in your life in the way that you suggest others do. You're just really stuck on the past in some ways. um some of you, I see some single parents, and so that might be why, like, maybe people feel like, man, like, I can't even get that person out of the house if I tried. They're going to use their child as an excuse every way, like, all the time. Some of you are students, or just very almost like monks, like, you're just like in your house, you do your own thing, you have your routine, you don't really deviate from it. So people feel like it's hard to connect with you and socialize, and that's kind of the way that they would describe um from you. I also feel like you're hard to get over, though. I do get that feeling from others. So those of you who have had an ex, I feel like they, talk about you, and like they make people feel sorry for them. Okay, so I'm getting Cancer and Virgo energy, and you know how Cancer and Virgo, like, guys be when you break up with them, right? That's how they'll be. They'll be going and telling everybody, and like feeling sorry for themselves, like, you need to console me from this relationship. Like, they just lay it on thick, right? Pisces guys be doing that. And that's kind of that energy here. Is I feel like some of you guys just have that ex who's just like, man, they wouldn't even get back with me, they wouldn't even let us be friends, or man, that's, I can barely just be friends, and I'm not in the social circle anymore. And so that's kind of the thing. So I feel like people do literally sit there and have lunch and munch the tea and kind of discuss little details about your life that they pick up, and kind of wonder how you handle things and why you make certain decisions that you do. Now, some people are wondering why you moved away, or why you didn't move away. So some of you, I feel like you're caring for someone in your family, or for some reason maybe you moved away and then you came back, and you're like, now you're in your hometown, and people are like, why are they here? Like, we thought you were making big moves, like, why are you back here? Some of you, I feel like it's the other way around, where you were going to go out and conquer things. Maybe you even had a really awesome job lined up, and then you ended up kind of staying where you were. So for some of you, those are things that people talk about. Again, it's like, man, you could get out of here. Like, why are you here? Are you not taking opportunities? What's going on? Why are you not promoting? That kind of thing. Or maybe it's just, maybe you can only focus on either relationships or work, and like, when you focus on the other one, things get off kilter. So like, if you're in the relationship lane, that's what you stay in. If you're in the work lane, that's what you stay in. So people kind of talk about that, and kind of, they're always wondering about the other one that you're not currently doing. All right, so that is the tea. I feel like others around you, I don't know. I feel like I feel like you'll know a few solitary people who are the real ones with you. And otherwise, I honestly think you're not really that interested in a lot of people to have them around, like, buzzing around you and stuff. I think you're looking for more intimate relationships. But it does look like I could suggest for you to open up, get some fresh blood in there, a little bit to socialize with, because I feel like everyone's just kind of dry around you, or they're more just kind of like curious, kind of like acquaintances, like social kind of stuff, versus like the deeper intimacy that you're looking for. All right. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for number 3 for the tea. We're going to move on to number 4 for those who chose the plate, with the invisible brownies that I didn't make. Thank you, number 3. Let's see. All right, number 4, those of you who chose the plate. the divine plate. Let's see, what is the tea on you? What's the 411 of things going around? We have stars, 16 in the Lenormand. We have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Spears in this deck. We have the Sun. I'll link the cards below. We have the Magician reverse. We have the Page of Swords reverse. We have the Queen of Swords reverse. Y'all, you guys better watch out for air signs. Shoot. Stick with the Leos and the Sagittarius. We got Lilith. And we got Grounded with the Anchor. So some of you guys have been like maybe gone for a while. Some of you have been traveling. You might have even been overseas or something like that. And so this is let's see if baby's waking up. This is talking about that. So some people are talking about how you've been gone, you're you know, coming back, you're reconnecting with others. Now you guys do have some good friends. I'm seeing that here. You do have some good friends who embrace who you are and are supportive of who you are in your deeper changes. But I definitely see like a whole, maybe it's just like a clique, a certain clique of people, like the Magician reverse, the Queen of Swords reverse, the Page of Swords reverse. That is like, those are people that are nice. Like they don't have your best interests at heart. This is, you know, text messages and emails and maybe even litigation. So if you're having litigation with someone, then that's who it is. It could be all manner of social media. People could be screenshotting you, spying on you to the hilt. With the Page of Swords reverse, they might even be like not just on social media, but like watching you around. With the Magician reverse, Magician is Mercury. It can show things that are happening in the local environment. So I feel like, yeah, there's this energy, like for some of you, you've come back into town, or you've kind of come back out into the scene, and people are like talking a lot. I would be careful if there's certain things you don't want people to know about posting them, because there's a good chance that even if they're not on your private page or whatever, that they might get that information. So I was telling you, keep things locked and loaded. All right, stay grounded even when you're at sea, basically. You know, that anchor there, you have to know who to really trust and call on. Now keep that good energy. You have a lot of good vibes. You have the sun and the stars, right? Like that's beautiful energy. But you're very seen right now. Things are very heightened for you. Even now through into the summer, I feel like you're going to be having a lot of opportunity. You're going to have a lot of travel and fun and like good stuff going for you. So basically, I mean, this literally is just the haters. It's like, this is literally like the haters who will even pay to go to your concert just so they can talk about it and hate on you. You know what I mean? Like, why? Some of you are definitely influencers, or you have your own channels, or like you're prominent on social media, or like just around, like you're known. I feel like a lot of you are known worldwide somehow. So it could be through social media that you just have, you know, fans all over, followers all over. Some of you could literally be like traveling in a band, or, you know, just do some kind of work where you have gone around the world a bit. And like I said, you definitely have very positive, like I see you getting sent like a lot of healing energy and protection and blessings from others. So you have some people who like talk really good about you, actually. So some of the tea on you is like good. Like that's awesome. That's really awesome. But I feel like it's hit or miss. Like people either love you to death and are hardcore. It's like Beyonce, where she has like the beehive, and then there's like, I don't know what the anti-beehive is. Like that's kind of what it's like. Like you just have people who just, they want to know what's going on with you, and they want to talk crap. And some people, and I'm going to tell you, there could even be some bad energy as far as, and I don't like to freak people out, but I'm going to tell you if it's in the reading. There could be some magical workers that try to put a little juju on you, okay? They really could. So at this time, I don't think you need to tolerate if there are any like negative comments or trolls. All right, the baby was waking up and singing this little sad song, so I was like, oh, I had to go see. Hi. She's awake. She's not going back to sleep. Hi, baby. Okay. So, yes, I definitely can see people kind of having this like little clique of haters. trying to send. There's kind of a ringleader. There's the one who will probably pop off and say something to you. And yeah, I mean, you might have had words or just know that you like have an issue with this person or that they have issues with you. That's definitely possible. I feel like it's one or the other. Either they're complete sleepers and you're like, who, I don't know who, or you know. But I think for most of you, you know, because you felt like that ostracism, like you try to join in the comments or something, or and they just don't let you be involved in the group. If it's like a Facebook group or something, they just don't let you connect with them, and yet they're kind of obsessed with you. They're watching all your social media, like all your stuff. They're putting, and the thing is, they like what you do. Like they like the art you put out. They like your comments. They like what you're doing in life. They think you're good looking. Like it's just silly. Like it's really silly. And I think they think that you have the keys to success. Boom, that's what it is. And so they're watching you to see how you do what you do to try to get some of that success. You did it. You got up. Yeah, you did it. Are you gonna hold that? Okay, be careful. So let's just see the last message from Lilith here. So it says Lilith is associated with the lotus, and the symbol of the flower tells us as much about her. Careful. She did drop something. We have wood floors, so it sounds crazy. The lotus, an exquisite flower that grows out of the dark, rank, decaying earth, represents spiritual unfolding and the blossoming of the heart of wisdom. Like the lotus, Lilith challenges us to look upon our dark side and incorporate it into our wholeness so that our great beauty can blossom forth. Ending. There it is. You blossom. You enjoy your taboos as if they're the sunniest part of the day. You own yourself. You know who you are. You're on that path of just claiming yourself and being who you are. And so these people, they don't know how to do that, and they don't know how to deal with their negative self. They know that they're messed up. They know they're bitter and haters, and they don't know how to just thank you. They don't know how to just be, and so that just kind of astonishes them with you and throws them off. And it's so funny because we have the sun card with the children, and the baby's like, woo, I'm up. And I feel like for a lot of you, that's you. Like, you're just like, let me get back to living life. Let me be happy. I got other things to think about. And I feel like for some of you, you went through a lot to get there. And so just let yourself be happy and keep shooting for the stars, because these people, they're like, so who said it? I don't know who said it, but they said that haters are just fans who won't admit that they're fans yet. And that's the people who are trying to spill tea on you and keep tabs on you and throw shade. All right. So I apologize for all of the ruckus here, but a lot of you have that energy yourself. You have your inner child on, going strong, so you totally understand. So please like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Meet each other in the comments and connect. Baby toes. And I'll talk to you soon.